Britain could return to live outside lockdown in a week. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is set to confirm the plan to remove almost all COVID-19 restrictions. But he has urged people to be cautious. He's warned that coronavirus cases will continue to rise as the country reopens. Britain is facing a new wave of COVID-19 driven by the more transmissible Delta variant. Infections are currently at about 30,000 a day. Ollie Barrett joins us from London. Ollie, is England ready to return to a pre-pandemic life?
Very much depends who you ask. Boris Johnson will tell us later that he does believe this is the moment for England to remove almost all of the final restrictions on its economy and get back to something like normality. He insists that he can do that because the vaccination rollout has gone so well, so many people have protection through that, but also because the data that he will set out later, he says, will show that the link between cases and hospitalizations and fatalities continues to weaken, which means that we are unlikely, he will say, to see an overwhelming of the National Health Service, even as cases continue to rise. And he will tell us that cases will continue to rise as the economy opens up. Some scientists are on board, others are very concerned indeed. One of the concerns they raise is that even if hospitalizations and fatalities are low and will remain lower than they have been in previous points of the pandemic, you could run the risk of creating new dangerous variants purely because of so many cases currently being found in the United Kingdom. Boris Johnson will also make the case that actually opening up now is the right time because we're heading into the summer holiday period. Schools are breaking up, the weather is warmer, and to do so now, he will say, is a better idea than potentially to try and do so when we're heading into winter, when respiratory diseases find it much more easy to spread. But this is a gamble from the government. No other country really has tried this to get to a point where they feel they're safe enough through vaccination to open up fully, even though there are so many cases still circulating.
Now, many watched the massive crowds at Wembley for the Euros. Are authorities worried about potential spikes in cases?
I think they think it's likely that there will be spikes. We have seen spikes related to other Euro 2020 games already, and that doesn't necessarily mean through people that are in the stadium. And indeed, the government insists that its crowds that have been going to some of these large sporting events are part of its testing program to work out exactly how mass events can be run safely in the future. Everyone heading into Wembley, for example, had to present evidence of a negative COVID-19 test. But scientists do say that linked to these matches are the social occasions. It's people meeting up indoors, in homes, in pubs, in bars that might be causing spikes in case numbers as well. So that is one of the things that may well contribute in the coming days to cases continuing to rise. One bit of good news is that the rate of acceleration in cases has started to slow in the last week or so. But Boris Johnson will warn us later to be cautious, and he will say that people should continue to wear face coverings and masks in some settings and in some locations. That is a shift in tone from the government, which I think has become a little bit worried about polling, which shows that a majority of British people at the moment say they do think that people should be urged to continue to wear masks in some settings as we remove most restrictions on the English economy.
Ollie Barrett reporting from London. Thank you for that.